Hi everyone, welcome to Software Byte, and we'll be dealing with 4 cool ways to print your strings in Python. And at the end of this video, you'll be more confident to use your strings in a very cool way. So we'll jump right in to rule number one, or strings format number one. Now this is common with the earlier versions of Python, where after you define a name, you define the variables. You can use percentage sign of with s to format that name. Then you bring the percentage out and you bring the variable out. So we'll demonstrate it shortly. So I'll load the values in by running it here. It's loaded. So by the time we run it, it goes in, reads the values, and picks out Boab. So I need to change the name to just show us. Let's use Femi. Let's use hello. You yeah, actually name is Femi. Nope, that's wrong. Right? Alright, let's move on. Okay, so the other one it converts an integer to an hexadecimal and then it prints this. So I'm trying to be mischievous here. What happens when we give it a float instead of an integer? What happens? Nice. It still does that. So it picks this particular number, either float or integer, and it converts it to hexadecimal, and then it prints it out. So if every time we use it with a string, you call out the percentage. For the first one, it was s. This one is x. More like converting. The other one is safe. So I'm sure that's my guess. All right, let's move on. Okay, so if we are using multiple values, we use the bracket. So it says, hello Femi, there's a bad coffee. Nice, right? So we can also use it in this other way too. Here, each for the first one, we called the first name, then we called an ox, that's what you see here, and then the conversion. Here we have the percentage, and then with a name, then we put the s in front of it, and then we have this, then the percentage with the number, and then we put x in front of it. So it follows the same sequence, but here it's more pronounced. You can see the name and the name, the number, and the number, and when we run it, it should work. Yeah, hey Femi, there's bad coffee. All right, so we'll move to the next one. Okay, this one is number 2. Yeah, and it's called string formatting. So you have hello, you have format, and then it prints out the name. It just basically goes to the first place we saved it. Then it's also very useful when you're dealing with decimals and decimals and very unique numbers. You get to see it later. So let's run it. Yep, you see. Good. So we move on to now. If you are using the format and you wish to convert it like we did the first way, there's it becomes unique. You put this as name, you put this as number, then you just go and pick the name and you go and pick the number. But if you notice, there's no S here. So, but for the conversion, you have to put the X inside the curly bracket. So let's run it. It should work. Now, if you're liking what you're seeing and you're learning, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you. All right, so it's out. Hey Femi, just bad coffee. Nice. All right. Hello, nice to meet you, Femi. So it's still the same variation of the same thing. So we have second to the last. This is literal string interpolation. It's usually, it's usually, it's usually over 3.6. That's Python 3.6 and above, and it's a very cool way. Okay, so we have the first number saved as 5. The second number saved as 10. Let's make this. Decimal. So we run it. So what happens? Alright, so it converted every other thing to decimal. So we have 5, it won't be 5, it will be 500. So, delete it. 500 plus 10, is it 1000? No. Let's make it 10,000 for the sake of the. You see, Python is a very interesting, very easy language. Anybody can learn it. It almost looks like English. Yep, 500 plus 10,000 is 10,500 and not 21,000. So yeah, you can. This is very cool. You can actually add and you multiply here, and then you have it. So maybe you're doing a conversion. This perfectly fits what you might want to use, and it's fun. And it makes Python easy because if I let me show you an example. Python does not like adding strings and numbers together. So if you try and do that, it will give an error. So I have fine day and plus 3300. So that's one. Okay, now look at the error it brought out. This is what it's telling us. Type error. Did you see? So having this, think about it. Think about all you can do. So you can just put your number in and then run whatever you want to run and get get the value and just smile and win your day. All right, so let's run it back. If you're learning, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. So we'll move straight to the fourth type, and this fourth type, okay. Oh yeah, we do have this. F strings are amazing. They make your writing of Python cool. So okay, let's see. All right. So we're greeting Bob. Yeah, how is it going? the explanation of this is a function. It's called greet. So we're asking it to take two parameters, and it has completely no idea of. Are you kidding me? So that's what we're running. All right, it basically shows us two parameters, name, question, and then here it returns it in this f string. And by the time we run this function, it prints this out to us. So if I put let me put the and I say okay, I'm greeting him with the day of the week. So let's say it's morning. I use any day, but basically, hello, how is it? Hello, beautiful and exciting. Let me put I'll just put day type daytime, sorry, day time. Alright, let's say hello, the person's name, and I say beautiful and exciting daytime. Alright, no. Alright, good. So let's run it. So we loaded the function. So if morning, it says to hello Dio, beautiful and exciting morning. Okay, let's say it's an afternoon now. See what it will say. Excuse me. Let's run the night. So yeah, so that's what it does. And the cool part about it is, imagine if you're addressing like 5,000 people and you need to greet every one of them and you want it to be unique to every person. So you can easily do it with this kind of function. I will briefly show you how. Alright, a short demo. So we import the random class and we generate a list of names, some random names, and so we print it out to just check if it's correct. This is a list, by the way, and we move on to this part, which is the three times that we have in a day: morning, evening, and night. And then we print those times of the day, and then we generate a dictionary. Basically, you're looking at from your regular normal dictionary, you see words, then you see their definitions. Python also follows the same way. You have keys and then you have values. All right, so that's what you see here. It's similar to other languages that they have map or hash map and the likes. Python has dictionary for it. All right, so for every name we pick a random choice and we loop through each of those names and then we print it out so you get to see. Then the function greet that we created the first time. So this is it. Hello, beautiful. How we can say, do hello. Alright, I am sure you are beautiful. Alright, mm. Yeah, do have a great day. So, um, and then it picks it, and then we run the final one that prints everything for us. So, let's go right again. We're looking at the beauty of function, how it can apply to dynamic numbers and dynamic character, printing the very unique ones. So in case you're developing an app for customers, it can greet each one, give each person a unique in a very unique way. So let's run it. Hmm, nice. So the first thing that we asked it to print was the names. So that's what it gave us. Then the second thing we asked it to print was the time of the day. That's what it gave us. Then lastly, we defined the function and then we asked it to print a greeting for every name in the dictionary. So look at what it's doing here. Hello, Alice. I'm sure you're beautiful. Do have a very exciting evening. Now, Alice had an evening. Bob has a night. Charlie has night. Dave has night. Eve has morning. So Charlie has night. Dave has night. Eve has morning. So every one of those characters is greeted specially. It makes each one of them feel very beautiful about themselves. You see, programming is not doesn't end in itself. It basically serves the next person. So the last one we have is strings. So import the it from the string template. This is very useful, especially in terms of security, because we have very naughty people that will like to mess up with your program and extract people's cards as well as their passwords. So using this, it gives you a very good way to protect your customers. All right, so uh, what happened here was we imported this module, then we went on to print, we called a name, we used the template for a particular sentence. Now, the previous one we had a curly bracket, but here we have this the dollar sign and substitute name for name. So that's how it works. So when it's printed, it goes as a Walter. It ought not to print Walter. Let's see. Why is it calling Walter? Ah, did you see? So it basically remembers because here we use the function name. If we have used another function to call their names, let's say, what would you like to first use? Should we use, let's see, what name should we use? But if we use another name, it will have still presented to us Femi. So you just put the last name and then put it out to us. So that's why you have Walter as that. So to demonstrate, this is a much better one. We say string hey name, there is a number error, so it's automatically converted that to the hexadecimal number. For the name we kept it, but for the number we converted it to an hexadecimal number. Where this thing becomes very useful is when you're trying to save customers password, but definitely you will not use hexadecimal number. It's just you make it very easy for the hacker. Okay, so let's say this is the password, this is the secret, and then this is the class, the error definition. So it initializes itself. Pass is just, we'll just say we don't need you at the moment. So this is the class we initialize, error equals to error class. So we put the input, the user input as error.init global secret. So if an attacker of the application runs this particular code, most likely he might get the yeah, he might get the password of the individual. So that's why it's not good if you use the regular string format, especially if you're building an app that's any user. Basically, for a good programmer, we don't trust the user. Not that we hate them, but anybody can be good or bad. So you protect the larger people and know that. So especially when they have to deal with your database. So, but when you use template, this is the user's input and the substitute as the error. So instead of presenting the error as error and printing out your user's password like we did here, error.init.globals, it just tells you that look, this is the error. Yeah, to make it easy for the hacker. All right. Most of the stuff I got here, I got it from Dan Bala. He's an amazing Python developer, and he has some amazing tools. I just had to copy and paste it here because it's good. So he said if the strings are user supplied, use template like we demonstrated lastly. Then he talked about to avoid security issues here, basically. Or if you're just running it, you can use litval. We've seen litval already. Then there's string interpolation, that's the F. The litval is the other one, that's the second part. Then string formatting is the very first one, where we use the percentage sign and X. Now, if you've learned a lot from this video, it's quite longer than the rest. Please give a like, share, and hope to see you on the next one. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.